YouTube, what's happening? Ryan Dillon once again. The latest topic now is Naruto. So far, what's been going on in the manga, we see Sasuke confronting Itachi, we see Madara still battling out with the Kages, and of course we haven't really seen what happened after Naruto used up the Kyobi form. Oh, well, basically I want to call this the Ricardo Sin form, because every time when Naruto goes into Kyobi form, he turns into the Ricardo Sin himself. So I guess Naruto is the Ricardo Sin, somewhat of it. Not just normal like form, he seems to look like it. When I was reading the manga so far, when I looked up on the page where it showed the Ricardo Sin and his back was facing and stuff, where he had like the Azumaki like sign and also the Senju crest as well, I was kind of a bit surprised, because then I was thinking, okay, now it makes sense why Azumakis are related to Senjus. But they're not just related to Senjus, let's think about it. The Ricardo Sin also had an Uchiha son. So that means the clan is Uzumaki, and both the sons are basically, I guess their names were either Senju's Uchihas, or they just basically came up with that on their own by taking the crest and like separating it into pieces. That makes sense. And what else? I was reading up on a prediction a few weeks back. Actually, I happened to skim through this a few months ago, and when I was reading through this prediction thing, it was on Megafox. I'll post up the website. I'll detail that in the description. What I noticed on the this prediction, it was from this kid who whose cousin lives in Japan, and I guess he was spoiling the whole manga. I don't know. Either he knows Kishi, or he must know somebody that knows a lot about the manga. So I'm assuming he's probably one of Kishi's friends. And I guess this idiot decided to spoil it to the cousin, which the cousin is another idiot who basically posted it up on a manga forum, spoiling it for everybody. When I was reading the manga, like, you know, I forgot about the whole spoiler a few months back. But anyways, when I was reading the manga, it seems pretty, like, unpredictable and stuff. Like, you never know what would actually happen. And then when I came to cross this site again, and I was looking through the prediction, then I kind of realized, I'm like, okay, yeah, now everything's starting to make sense. Basically, what the spoiler said was that, Toby is a relative of Madara. Might be his son or brother or daughter. I'm assuming son. Zetsu, the black and white. The black Zetsu happens to be the DNA of Madara, and the white Zetsu happens to be the DNA of the first Hokage. That makes sense. The whole space and time of Zetsu that Toby's been using through his right side of his face, I guess half of that. If you notice in the Shippuden, the recent one, where you see Toby's half his mask was discarded, and the other half of his face happened to be black, it makes sense. It makes complete sense. I guess space and time of Zetsu is more of a Senju thing, so wouldn't that mean Minato Namikaze happens to be a Senju descendant? Makes sense, maybe. I'm just saying, let's think about it. Tsunade, we don't know if she's a daughter of a Senju, or, I mean daughter as in like if her mom's a Senju or her dad. But if she turns out to be a Senju through her mom, it kind of would make sense if Minato happens to be a Senju, and he's probably Tsunade's son. Makes sense. It kind of makes more of a sense like that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So basically, the whole spoiler, what it also said that Jiraiya is going to make a comeback, which makes sense. When Pain was beating Jiraiya up during the Pain arc, Jiraiya was pretty bloodied up. So it would make sense that if Jiraiya were to make a comeback, considering his DNA, his blood, and everything was scattered out throughout the whole, I guess what we can call is the arena. But anyways, what else? Naruto's supposed to learn like all 5 elements or maybe more. He's supposed to learn his dad's element, his mom's element, and Jiraiya's element. So I guess he'll get like lightning, water, wind, all that stuff. Sasuke originally, just like how Itachi wanted to die by his hand, I guess Sasuke wants to die by Naruto's hands, so that Naruto can become Hokage. That makes sense, and this is why I say that. When Sasuke first fought Naruto, he didn't kill Naruto. He didn't kill him right there. right then and there. And remember what Itachi said to Sasuke around that timing as well before that. He said if you want to have the exact same eyes as he does, he has to kill the friend that was closest to him. Sasuke didn't kill Naruto. Naruto was the closest one to him. 2. He sacrificed his own life to save Naruto in the battle against Haku, I guess when everybody assumed that Sasuke was either dead or not. 3. When Naruto finds Sasuke, after 3 long years or maybe more, well, I'm not sure if I got the timing exactly correct, but around there, when Sasuke leaped off from a cliff, the one thing he did was, you would expect he would try to kill Naruto even right then and there, but then he puts one arm around Naruto, saying how it's good to see him again and stuff. And then afterwards, when he was about to use Kiri, I guess he was going to use it on both Yamato and Sai. Makes sense. But the question that makes me wonder is, before he left Konoha, what did he say to Sakura when he was standing behind her? Before knocking her out, unconsciously. Did he say, I love you, or what did he say? Probably some corny ass line. But anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, I keep saying anyways. Yeah, I have a tendency of repeating things, but anyways, Toby, when he confronts Naruto, guess what he's really after? I guess when the Rikaro-sen split his soul into half, he sealed the other half into the Kyobi, hoping that in the future that his descendant Naruto would awaken it, and then he becomes the full-fledged Rikaro-sen himself. So I guess Toby's after that one half of the Kyobi, the one half of the Rikaro-sen. So meaning, I guess they're battling to test who's like better than who, see how far Naruto is and stuff. Which I guess Toby's gonna retreat. He'll probably either reunite with Madara, the Edo Madara, and then we'll probably see around there Itachi battling out with Kabuto, which Kabuto's plans are gonna get screwed right then and there. And maybe the Edo Madara might pull off the ultimate Genjutsu. I can't really pronounce the word correctly, Tasami or whatever. Yeah, kind of sounds stupid when I'm saying it. But anyways, we'll just call it the Dark Magician's Forbidden Magic. But anyways, either Edo Madara is gonna pull that off, or Toby, one of the two. And what else? Oh, and Naruto will get the Renegade though too. He will get that. It kind of would make sense if his Uzumaki's like were to have like Sharingans and like the body of like the first Hokage. And by the way, this was a theory. I heard this a few times before. When the Rikaro-sen gave both his eyes and his body to both his sons, the Renegade is an eye form, an eye technique, not a body. It's like another evolution after the Mangekyo Sharingan. And of course the body is just separate. It's just for like, say for Izanagi to perfect that. But anyways, or basically the creation of all things. If there's anything else I messed up. Okay, I brought up Sasuke wanting to die by Naruto's hand. Brought up Naruto being the Rikaro-sen. There's a theory that Toby might be Madara's son. That would make sense considering the fact that because Toby always speaks so highly of Madara. Always. So I guess when he battled the fourth Hokage, he had the first Hokage's DNA, which that's probably how he slipped into the barrier. Then secondly, when he confronted Kasami, that's probably when he put the other half, Madara's DNA, in him. So when he literally called himself Madara, it wasn't wrong that he actually called himself Madara. It makes sense. He's a son, he's got his DNA, yeah, one can assume he is Madara, right? And then, of course, the space and time no jutsu. That is a Senju's technique from all the research I gathered, not just when I was reading the prediction and I heard that, I was doing some research, and it seems to be a Senju prediction. I mean, Senju technique, sorry. It's kind of watching the TV there for a bit. So that would mean one thing. For Minato, he's possibly a Senju. Makes sense, considering he does the space and time no jutsu. And also the fact that he might be Tsunade's son. That's my theory behind it. If Tsunade is a daughter, I mean like, her mother turns out to be a senju, then one could possibly assume that Minoru probably is her